Alright, looks like we are live. Now, we need to get some music. Oh wait, no, I have it on Spotify. Never mind, I don't need that. Disable that preview. Pop out le chat. There we go. All right. So, we're gonna do some fucking Slayer. So, in order to do so, I need to get some ranged armor. Okay. So what can I wear? I can wear level 20. Yo. What's up, my dude? Armor. Okay, so we need to get some studded leather. So in order to get that, so I can craft it myself or I can buy it. Let's see if anybody has any armor shops or something. Okay, shopping. Archery shop. There's one in Catherby. I'm pretty close to Catherby, so I can check there. I doubt it would be in a clothes shop. Wow, there's a lot of shops. Okay. Let's see here. It wouldn't be a hunter shop. I think we're just going to start with an archery shop. So, looks like we're going to Catherby. Catherby is to the northeast. Let's head this way. By the way, update for everybody, since I didn't really stream this. 35 thieving, 500 nature runes. I was doing the arty chest in order to do that thing. So, just so y'all are aware, because we know that that would be the most engaging stream content, is me just opening a treasure chest for literally 4 hours. I wish I was kidding, but it was literally 4 hours. Give or take. Give or take. Okay, so we should be coming up. So this is the flax field. Which flax is not a bad crafting method. However, I think I need like at least level 10 crafting for that. Yeah. So I'll need 10 crafting before I can even utilize this. Okay. So, oh, too far. Here we go. There's Catherby. Boy, there's a lot of things I just want to do, but I don't know like the actual proper way to do all of them, you know? Okay, archery shop. Yeah, I thought so. Right here. Sweet. Oh, wow. I can actually buy stuff from here. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, first things first. We're gonna buy us some armor. Saves us some time. Okay, and then let's see. I currently have a short bow, so I can get a better bow. I don't think he has a willow bow. Oak. Oak. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go with an oak short bow. So that's just better than what I have. I think I've got plenty of arrows. I think I've like still have 1,000 arrows. How much even was this? Yeah, that was expensive. Yeah, I don't think there's... I mean, this is good to know that I can buy arrowheads from here. Wait, there's a thing in the Shanty Pass. Guy sells bronze bars, I think. Okay. Alright, so... nah. I'm not going to worry about that yet. Okay. We got this. I do not need that anymore. We have some armor. We need to go to a bank. Y'all like my hat? I got it from a random event when I was doing my thieving thing. It's kind of a dope hat. Oops. I gotta do the thing. Hold on. Here's a hint about my PIN number. It's 4 digits long. Okay, so I want my boots. That doesn't do much. Stats, okay. It's only one ranged. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, decent defense bonus. There's really not much else. Okay. So who is our first Slayer Master? Oh, hold on. Yo.
Hey, I forgot to blow out the candle in the kitchen.
The one up here?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make sure it gets blown out.
Do it now.
Okay.
Bye.
All right, bye. Okay. What's my combat level? 26. But that's Canifus. All right. I'm just gonna go to Birthorpe. But first I'm gonna go blow out a candle. BRB. Nice and quick. As it should be. Okay, so we need to go to Birthorpe. I believe Birthorpe is really close, but also not. Because I have to go through White Wolf Mountain, but that's not a huge deal. One thing that I do need to figure out is transportation. I do not know efficient transportation. There's charter ships. But I don't know all the ways. I mean, ferry rings, for sure. But I don't know how much I need for the, Wait, why aren't you fucking moving? Why are you just standing here? What are you doing? Fucking run. For Fairy Tale. Oh, thank you. I can eat that. Okay, you've got to be kidding me. Why is this? I don't remember how to get through White Wolf Mountain. I don't remember. It's been way too frickin' long. What the fuck? Where are you going? Where are you going? Holy shit. Holy shit. What the fuck? But why didn't... Looks like I should be able to go through here. Nope. Okay. No, I have one last idea. If not, I'm just gonna fucking go back to Lumbridge. No, don't go that way again, you fucking idiot. If this was the right way the whole time, I'm gonna be a little bit pissed. Thank you for being consistent, RuneScape. Thank you. That's annoying. That's really annoying. No, 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 no. Fucking stop. Oh my goodness. Bro, that's annoying. Holy shit. Ugh. All right. I made it. So I'm going to need an expert's opinion on who I can talk to figure out this, like, transportation stuff. Hunting cows. Okay. Got any tips? Whew. Okay, good. I was worried. All right. Well, I was gonna look up. Fairy Tale 2. Oh! Wait, I don't think I need that to unlock teleportation. So, I think I'll just go back to Lumbridge. Because why the hell not, you know? I should also do that little bit. I can do a little bit of crafting, right? I can do leather gloves, yeah. No, what are you doing? Thank you. Now, where's a tanner? one thing I don't remember. There's so much shit I don't remember, dude. So much. Wow. So if we're thinking in terms of in-game universe, I could totally ask this lady, hey, where can I go get my cowhides tanned? Like, if we're thinking logistically, that is something that I could do were this real life. So thereby, since I've come here and essentially unlocked her, I can look up how to tan hides, right? Would anybody consider that breaking the rules? Because, like, I'm sure she would know where I could tan hide because, you know, she's a freaking cow lady, so... Right? Totally. That's totally within the rules, I think. Yo, where are my arrows? Did none of those arrows get saved? Jeez. I don't know. Man, I'm really second guessing this no guides thing. Unless I can get some experts in the chat that are willing to coach me, but I just don't know. Slayer level 2. I am so hardcore now. Because I know there's that whole thing about Slayer tasks, and every 5 and 10 okay, come on, you can do a bit more. You can hit more frequently than that. See, like, that one was quick. That one was good. Last cow. We gain a level right at the literal last hit. That's awesome. Okay. All right, Miss Gertie Goats. Gilly Groats. Where are the tan hides? Alcarid. Yep, I knew it was an Alcarid. Totally didn't forget that. Definitely did not forget that. Now, how do I get a needle and thread? Maybe a clothing shop? Plate skirts. Food, furnace. Ooh, crafting shop. That sounds promising. Haha! Nice. Okay. Pretty sure, yeah, I need some thread. Okay, well let's buy some thread. This. So, I definitely need some of that. No. Stop it. I only need one. Make one. Oh, I need a crafting level higher. Well, alright then. I need 7. There's some crafting levels! Probably just the one, but... that's fine. Oh, sick! Can't sell to this stuff. General store. Ooh, not bad. 2 gold a piece. Okay. Head to the bank. I feel like there's something in here I need. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. Who would know about transportation? Definitely some sort of adventurer. I did take a charter ship, so maybe I talked to the sailboat people. RS ways to travel. Fairy rings, yeah. So it really is fairy rings, enchanted jewelry. That seems to be okay. And just magic, but it's law runes. Law runes is the fucking pain to get. Dude, there is no way I'm doing this without guides. Oh my goodness. How do I get law runes? It's not like I can go look up enemy drops. Like, that would be the first thing, is like, what enemies drop law runes or things like that. No. Hearing it here for the... You heard it here first, folks. Gosh. I'm abandoning the no guides thing. That's too unfeasible for me. Boom. I'm renaming this series to Infernal Return. Because there's just no fucking way. There is no way, dude. That is just... It was funny for the first, 16 hours of this account. But... yeah, that's just not going to happen. Okay. So... we have the old school wiki open. Alright. I don't necessarily need Streamlabs open since, I don't have to worry about anybody freaking talking to me. Okay. So. I know one thing that I absolutely need to do is transportation. So fairy rings. In order to get fairy, well, let me look up. Okay, so I don't need to complete Fairy Tale 2. But fairy rings is going to be probably my best transportation. So in order to do that, okay, so we need to do Fairy Tale 2. Obviously requires Fairy Tale 1. I don't need to complete Fairy Tale 2. I just have to do it. So Lost City and Nature Spirit. Nature Spirit gets me... Nature Spirit's out in the frickin' Canifis, right? Yep. Restless Ghost. The Restless Ghost. Okay, Father Eric in Lumbridge. Okay. Off to Lumbridge we go. He would be in the church. Speaking of church, go to church. Everybody should have church in their lives. I'm looking for a quest. Okay, so this is... So to what degree is this bad? Having this thing. I mean, obviously I can pull up the entire guide, which I'm not going to do. Like quest helper on the side. Because how is this? Shack in the far west of Lumbridge Swamp. But it is giving me like a direction. I don't know if this is a plugin or if this is the thing. Okay, so that is the plugin. Notes. Ooh, a skill calculator. What is some of this stuff? Screen markers. What's that? Loot track. Oh, this is built in. I killed 861 goblins. Oh my goodness. I killed 200 chickens. Bro. That's funny. Time tracker. World switcher. Can't use the Grand Exchange. XP tracker and config. See, I want to customize some stuff in here. But it won't. Because I don't want to be like given all of the answers, but I don't know. I think it'll have to be situational. Because I've been given exactly the direction. He's in the Lumbridge Swamp, which is southwest of Lumbridge. But I don't know how much this would be a helper in like Morning's End Part 2 or something, you know, where there's the massive puzzle that you have to solve. That's kind of where my mind is headed. Like, at what point is this more of a it's doing it for me as opposed to me solving the quest, you know? It's like the shacks southwest of Lumbridge Swamp. Yeah, there's 2 shacks. 2. So it's not like it's difficult to find. Go away, I'm meditating. I have the amulet. Allow me to speak. All right. Should talk to the ghost in the graveyard next to the church. Yeah, so I don't know. I think we'll just have to play it by ear and see what happens. Because I don't know. I don't know. Because, like, at what point... Yeah, because I guess this is, like, another really good point and a good question. would it be entertaining to watch a guy struggle trying to figure out how to fucking play RuneScape without guides? Like, it's funny once, but then when it just keeps happening, you just get frustrated. And I don't know how much fun I would have in the long term doing that. So it's, I don't know. Because also I know a lot of the fun stuff is going to come once I get past these early stages. When I actually get into the meat of the good content. Like gauntlet runs and things like that. Trying to get good gear. Yeah. That is a concept. Isn't it crazy? Oh, something cool. Where's the fucking thing? This game. I want everybody to get this game when it comes out. Literally a week away. I played the demo of this game, and it's legit, dude. It's got Dark Souls styles combat. It's exploration heavy. And it's a full voxel world. Everything in the world is destructible. And it's a crafting game. I played the demo for a good 8-9 hours. This game is legit. So I want everybody to get this game. We're going to have some fun playing it. Like, I'm telling you. Get it when you're 80. Like, this is actually good. I am hyped for this game because I played the demo. I literally played the game. And I very much enjoyed it. Everything that you're seeing here, like, it's actually... imagine Breath of the Wild, but better combat. But we're totally going to play this game. I'm totally playing this. We're going to stream. We're going to get a bunch of people to come hang out and play. It's going to be fun. If Daisha would ever get off her butt, she'll play this game too with us. But it is a 100% handcrafted world. It's got the RPG elements. Like, this game it's legit. It's legit. Okay, where's the thing? Where is it? Okay. So, yeah, I want everybody to get that game when it comes out. Support the indie devs. Okay. So what am I supposed to do? Enter the Wizard's Tower basement. Is this what the quest will actually tell me what to do? Okay, yep. Well, she's dealing with a lot, let's say. You know, in the brain department. So I'm really hoping she pulls through. But it's to the point where she is not even doing anything anymore that she used to love. So you know that it's bad. I'm gonna test something really quick. Oh. I need to resub. Never mind. Can't test it. Last time I saw, she hadn't been on in over 2 months. So, and that's literally her favorite game. Literally her favorite game. And she hasn't logged in 2 months. So you know it's bad. So. Go and search the tower. Okay. Does it tell me to go in the basement? No, it just wants me to search everywhere. I just so happen to know that it's in this specific altar. I'm gonna kill this skeleton because I can. I am not a pansy. I am not a pansy. Hey, who's excited for Elden Ring DLC? We know that shit's coming out soon. We have confirmation that a paid DLC package is going to go live on the Steam page. You can check the Steam database. And there is something that's going to show up for Elden Ring as a paid DLC. Is it the expansion? Maybe. Most likely the expansion. It could be something else. But paid DLC package is showing up somewhat in the future for Elden Ring. So that is exciting. That is like the next closest thing to an actual release date. Like, that's the only other news that we could get, is the actual release date. It would make the most sense. That's what most people are gearing towards. It's the 2-year anniversary of Elden Ring. So it just makes the most sense to have, if the DLC launched with it, that would be dope. But I'm very excited. I've already got my build figured out. I've been playing some co-op with it to get familiar with its abilities. I built a quality build that specifically uses weapon buffs. So I've got Vike's Spear because it's just a really good weapon. Just straight up, it's just a good weapon. I don't care what anyone says. It's really good for PvP. So if I'm playing online and people invade, I have something set for PvP. I'm also running a long sword, just a basic long sword, but I have enough faith that I can put so many different buffs on it, including the Black Flame buff, which is really good, in my opinion. Being able to just shred bosses, but I can also do electric. I've got Blood Flame, I've got the Poison Mist, and it's also a little bit of a support build. I've got enough faith that I can do some of the extra defense stuff. I think it's 30% buffs. It's not the greater versions, it's the normal versions. But it's been pretty fun to play, because if I'm just exploring and adventuring, then I do something like the Blood Flame buff or the electric buff with the FP Restoration Talisman. And Square Off is just a super good ability. I don't care what anyone says. Square Off is a great Ash of War. It does mega poise damage, dude. Straight up, it's super legit. But like, I'm having a lot of fun with this build. It's probably going to be my permanent DLC build. Rune level 150 specifically. I'm keeping it at 150. So I'll be good to go into the DLC with that. Yay! We did it! Prayer level 17. Okay, so now what are we doing? We got Restless Ghost. Now we need to do Nature Spirit, which requires Priest in Peril. King Rolled in Varrock. I'm very much. There's gonna be some good stuff for gaming this year, dude. There's some indie games coming out that they're looking legit. I can't wait. Enshrouded's looking good. Oh, I also had an idea back to that the MMO type game that I wanted to create. So I had an idea for the player run economy system. So you remember how we talked about how there would be like player run shops and stuff that would be one of the big reasons for people to like participate. You get to run your own business essentially. So I had the idea, one of the old videos from Josh Strife Hayes, worst MMO ever, that series. I started rewatching a few of those, and one of the things that cropped up was permanent overworld changes is not a good thing. So the idea that popped into my head was something similar to Final Fantasy XIV's housing system, where it's its own separate area essentially. It's almost like instance-based housing, but it's not quite. But it gives you a spot separate from like the main world. You get a plot of land that you can work with, and then you can build a shop with preset things that are like in-world cosmetically, so it doesn't look too out of place. And from there you can run your stores. So like instead of a housing district like they have in 14, it would be like a business district where you get a plot of land that's designed for you to build some sort of business out of, where you have to pay a monthly tax, quote unquote, to keep the plot of land. And if you don't pay that tax, you lose the plot and it can go to someone else. Because why I think that might be good is because it's scalable. I can start with one plot. If it becomes popular and busy enough, all it takes is more server space. I can just copy and paste the base template, like neighborhoods essentially, right? And then it would just takes up more server space. So it's a very easily expanded on concept. So I think it could work. Start Priest in Peril. Rune Essence. right. Well, that's Rune Mysteries. Duke Horatio. Yeah, I think that could work. Because then it gives enough people to participate, which would prevent monopolization of gear. I could also set it up such that, like, generic overworld NPCs, like there's basic shops and stuff so that anybody can play, essentially. It's not like Albion where everything is player run. So there would be some generic shop stuff, but it gives you the capability, because my mindset is, can you play the game alone? That is a huge factor, in my opinion. It's a game that needs to be able to be played alone. Wait, I went too high. But obviously it's not the ideal way to play it. Like, even Final Fantasy XIV has some of that. Where they call it the trust system, where you can go through dungeons with NPCs. So you would not even have to, you technically don't even have to play almost any of the game with another person. Obviously the best content is, party-based stuff. But I would want the game to be playable by yourself. So you can get enough gear to sustain you, and then you would eventually be able to craft all of the best stuff in the game. Specifically, not... What am I trying to say? I don't know what I'm trying to say. But I think that's a way that it could work. Because it would prompt people to want to start a business, essentially, so that they could sell the gear to other people, but they get to dictate their own prices. And then if there's people that don't want to do that, we don't want Priest in Peril, we want Rune Mysteries. But yeah, we're off to the Wizard Tower. Because as much as I dislike some of the choices that grinding gear games did with Path of Exile, the game can be run 100% by yourself. 100%. So even if there's only 20 people playing, you're never going to feel like there's only 20 people playing. Because each map, each hub area only holds I think they said 20 people. And that's a design choice. So that way you'll see other players, but even if there's only 10 people playing the game, it still looks as full as it ever has. But also by doing it that way, where we have basically instance-based businesses, it doesn't just ruin the game, Because then anybody can come join in. Anybody can be a part of it. Anybody can start a business and undercut people. And then there just becomes that air of competition. So I think that would be the solution to that. So that way the overworld isn't permanently changed. And as Josh Strife Hayes put it, the early adopters get the best stuff. That would not be the case. Because everybody would have equal opportunity to have a business space, essentially. So if I had something like that, but then I could do, if I wanted to have housing, like if you wanted to build your own house, I could do instance-based housing. So it's an interesting problem to solve, but definitely as a gamer, that is something that I want in a game. I don't care about this story. I've done this quest so many times because everybody wants to have their own place, you know? And yes, it's server heavy, and yes, it's more realistic to have limited housing spaces, but like, again, this is a video game. Something like a house, everybody would want to have a house, but not everybody wants to run a business. So if I had limited business spaces, but unlimited housing spaces, so it's a good solid idea for sure. I mean, obviously we need to go through testing. I actually had an idea of how I wanted to handle testing. So with things like when I come up with a crafting system or something that I want to do in the game, how I want to handle that and all that stuff, I would need to run like open betas and stuff. 100% running those things frequently. Like absolutely early access is your best friend in these kind of circumstances. Because yes, there are certain things that I want out of a game, but I know that it's what I want out of a game is not what everybody else wants out of a game. So, yeah, exactly. Like, think the Dragon's Dogma board, but the players can post stuff. So if you're just a crafter and you don't want to gather, instead of like going to a forum or something, I have it in the game where you can set up bounty boards and stuff. If you're willing to pay someone, like straight up, I just think that would be a lot of fun. Like what they had in New World, but New World I don't think handled it the best. I don't think I can go this way actually. Yeah, I can't even go that way. Because like certain things that New World did was smart. Like the player run economy, bounty boards. Yes, that is an awesome idea. They just handled it very poorly. The game itself. I think it's in a better place now, but I'm not even going to bother trying it. Mostly because Amazon ruins everything that they get their hands on, so. I wonder if I can do this. Son of a biscuit. But yeah. Because I want people to be able to enjoy the game in a way that it can be essentially run by the players, but not reliant on the players. Because that kills a game. Just look at Mortal Online. Both of them. Both those games are trash, unfortunately. When you have a game that needs players to run and you don't have those players, there's no point. So I would need to construct a game that can be played solo, but you don't want to play it solo because it's more fun. I was also thinking of having like that whole dungeon mechanic. Remember how we talked about that, like that Sword Art Online style where you need to delve deeper into the dungeon, that kind of stuff. I was wondering if I could pull off an extraction gameplay type thing with it. Or if it would be better to just try to have a persistent open world, open PvP. I wonder how that would work. That would be interesting. Back to Lumbridge. Yeah, definitely doable. I think with the right goal in mind, I could absolutely make it work. But the problem is making sure that it doesn't turn into, you know, shit. Good job. But the other thing that I would want to figure out is how would I want to handle combat? Because I like my favorite thing was in any MMO that I played. As cringy as some of the stuff was, the combat was the best. Was Terra. I love that action combat, in your face type stuff. I love that. I love that. So I would want something similar to that. But I don't want it as intense as Terra was. Terra was a game where you had to be doing like freaking 10 clicks a second. It was unreal. Especially as a warrior. Dude. You had to be activating an ability every 2 seconds. Non-stop. Like the whole fight. I'm like, that is just ridiculous. But if I was thinking of Guild Wars 2 meets Terra. So you only have the 5 or 6 abilities. I mean, you'll have like 20, but you only have like 5 slots that you can use. So you would need to have you would pick and choose essentially. Like you'd have a loadout almost. But unlike Guild Wars 2, there would not be a global cooldown, essentially. Your main attack would be like on a 1 second cooldown or something. Like you can only attack every 1 second with the thing, but then your other abilities can range anywhere from 2 to 5 to 10 to 15, that kind of stuff. So I think that would be the best. Okay. So now I need to end up... I need to get back to Varrock again. Oh, man. Dude, I'm so glad I'm going and unlocking freaking fairy ring teleports, dude. But I have to make sure the biggest thing is to not oversell. Like, I need to make sure that I keep the identity of the game what it is. The last thing I want to do is turn into like a dream world kind of situation where you overpromise all this stuff and then you end up not being able to deliver and whatnot. Like, if I were to build this, the order that I would go is I would first build the combat. The combat needs to be one of the more important parts. That is one spooky scarecrow. Because in a game that focuses on that kind of combat stuff, you need to make sure that that is like the main focus. That is the best part of it. It's dungeon delving, action RPG. The next thing that I would then build after that would probably be the crafting system. Because I'd want it to be in depth enough that it is interesting and there's lots of combinations, but not overwhelming to the point where it's like super complicated. I want it to be pretty straightforward, but not like super simple. Come on. Come on. You're better than it. You have level 40. Level 40 agility. Freaking pussy. But yeah. Then after that, I would do the housing stuff. And the only other problem that I really think that I would need to solve is longevity. Because there reaches a point where, like, in a game like that, there'd be essentially an ending. You delve the dungeon to the deepest depths, but like, is it good game design to just keep adding more floors? Like, oh, now we're gonna introduce 25 more floors. Good luck. Like, that seems almost boring. But I guess on the other hand, if I make each section essentially less generic, you know, like, instead of treating it like you're delving into a dungeon, treat it like it's a different place in space-time. So, like, you end up in these like, for 10 floors or something, it's all like an arid desert kind of stuff, you know? And then another 10 floors, it's something else. And can keep changing that. And, like, yes, the dungeon keeps getting deeper, but each one is kind of like its own area. But what if I also thought of it like the Sword Art Online thing, where every 25 floors, it's like a safe zone? I guess a lot of games do that, or a lot of shows or this concept have done that. Like, it becomes just a new hub area, essentially. Or would it be more pleasing to the eyes, essentially, that you figure like each expansion, quote unquote, is a new area with a new 100-floor dungeon? New puzzles to solve, new boss fights to solve, and all that stuff. So it's like the same process, but each area is different just environmentally and in exploration mechanics and things like that. I wonder if that would end up feeling too generic and boring, though. Yeah, it'd be interesting to try to solve. This is definitely not a one-man project, though, for sure. I mean, one man can make MMOs, but I'd be... In a sense, yeah. What I was thinking in regards to that, like area balancing, is keeping the numbers, the gear numbers, relatively low. Just so things like stat squish wouldn't be a problem. So like the difference between base gear and max gear would maybe only be 20 points. But that 20 points makes all that much of a difference. So that way doing things, I like the idea that Final Fantasy XIV did of level syncing. So when you enter a dungeon at a certain level, it caps you at, like, the first dungeons open at level 15. So you can only be up to level 18 entering that dungeon. If you're higher than that, the game puts you at level 16 and changes your stats accordingly. So having smaller numbers just makes that easier. So having that idea, so if you are in that far end area and you come back to the early level stuff, any type of dungeoneering, events, bosses, raids, anything like that that you'd want to do, it would sync you to that level, no matter what. So you essentially can't cheese the bosses by bringing in a high level friend to come kill the boss for you, essentially. They can come help you, but they will be around the same level as you in terms of power. So that's a way to handle that. And that would also help, but maybe I should, if with the game that I have in mind, that should only be a thing in the main dungeon area. You know how we're talking about, like, that dungeon or the tower or whatever. Because that's where PvP would be. Open world PvP. The area outside would have exploration and other dungeons and things. But, yeah, I don't know exactly. But it'd be a pretty dope thing to try to solve. I think that would also prevent griefing. Because what I wanted to have, I didn't want to have... I don't like having massive vertical progression. I like horizontal progression. I'm a bit more of a fan of that. So, like, take Guild Wars 2, for example. You can go get decent gear once you hit level 80. You can go get it for only a few gold. And that gear is all you need for the rest of that character. That's it. Granted, there's a little more things you can get that are a little bit better, but it's like the difference of being 98% efficient and 100% efficient in certain fights. So their progression is all about, it's horizontal, where you get more abilities, you learn more things. They don't make you inherently more powerful. You just become, yeah, Monster Hunter, good horizontal, because you do increase things and do more damage, but it's mostly about the wide range of stuff. The difference between the best and the worst is a lot smaller than the best and the worst of, say, Final Fantasy XIV. Not that Final Fantasy XIV is bad, but they're way more in the vertical space. So they constantly have power creep that they have to deal with. They had to do a stat squish with the latest expansion because their numbers were just getting too big. So, I mean, they both have their pros and cons. So I would want something that's definitely more horizontal, but I like that vertical thing of like, you get that much more powerful. You have a noticeable change in things. Like, even if you can kill the boss 10% faster by getting that better weapon, that's still noticeable to the player, which is nice. All right, Priest in Peril. We need a bucket now. There's got to be a general store nearby. Yeah. Just like Ty Lopez, knowledge. Because that's what I would want the bulk of the game to be, is being good at the game means that you are like just actually good. It's not because of the crazy gear you have, or it's not really anything that you can buy your way through. I don't have any money. You go back to the bank. Because I want it to, I want, like how EA put it, I want it to actually be real. I want that sense of pride and accomplishment for doing something. You want to get the ultimate weapon in the game? It's going to take you time, effort, grinding. But it would totally be worth it. All the best cosmetics are going to be locked behind like hard content, doing hard content. And honestly, the monetization of the game would only be a subscription. It'd be free to play. You get about 10% of the game, and then it's a subscription based for the rest. That simple. That simple. That's just the best way to monetize, in my opinion. Nobody will give you shit because you won't have loot boxes, won't have any shady microtransactions. So I'm going to hold 25. So that's half of it. Well, I need to switch this back on. But yeah, it'd be a lot of fun to make. And being a gamer myself, would try my best to not be greedy. To keep it alive. If that is the only thing that I ever charged, was a membership fee just so you could keep the game alive, It's literally just to support the game. And to experience more of it. But most people are smart enough to know that a free-to-play game has to make money somehow. So you understand, but you don't understand. It's because you're too cynical, gamer. You're too cynical. Because, like, it really is just a live service thing. Like, if I was making a game that was a one and done, you buy it and it's done, I don't have to worry about upkeep cost with it. It's just you bought it, boom, it's over. Then yeah, I would never charge anything extra. Except maybe, like, if I made an expansion. You don't like paying the fees? Well, because I don't want to say you're cheap, because I don't think you're cheap. But yeah, it's a preference. And that is okay, because you would play the game on the free part. And that would help. That helps the game. Because I almost like how Elder Scrolls Online did it. Where you bought the game and then there was an optional increase my attack, increase your strength. But they gave you things when you subbed that will alter the way you play the game, making it more convenient and better to play. I'm like, that's fine, kind of, because then you're making it such that it's almost required to have the subscription. Whereas something like Final Fantasy XIV, they have a certain amount of the game available for free. And then literally the only thing you get by subscribing is the rest of the game. It's not like you get any distinct advantages over other people or anything like that. But that's why I wouldn't have the full game be available for free. The only other thing that I would consider is the Guild Wars 2 method, where you buy the game and then you have the entirety of it, but have a microtransaction shop that doesn't have anything pay to win. Obviously, I would never do that. But I'm just not a fan of that stuff, especially how expensive some of those things get. Like, geez. But coming up with constantly new ideas for cosmetics and all that stuff, like, is it worth it? Just it's a fine balance, like you gotta make money, but at what point are you like crossing into that territory that's like greed and you're prioritizing the money over the game? that kind of stuff. Like, it becomes tough. I 100% want to avoid the create the problem, sell the solution. I hate games like that. That's my biggest beef with Path of Exile. Yeah, you can play the game without buying anything, but they made your inventory and your storage so inconveniently frustrating without buying certain currency tabs and stuff with it, which I'll admit I did. But like, there's better ways to monetize. They had plenty of cosmetics and stuff that people get. Some of those cosmetics are crazy expensive too. Like, you can get every season they have a new pack that's $60. Oh, I forgot to turn off my prayer. But it's like, why would you make that a thing? It's so frustrating to me. Like, you didn't have to do that. There are better ways for you to monetize your game, but you literally made it inconvenient in one part to essentially force people into buying the thing. Obviously, you don't have to, but like, some people, like myself, get frustrated enough that we're willing to drop the money. And it's that mentality of, well, I'm playing the game for free, so may as well give them some money to support the developers. But like, I'd much rather buy a sick-ass cosmetic than that. I mean, they're reasonably priced, but still. Create the problem, sell the solution. That's what that was. I bought some of their currency on sale. I think I dropped $20 on a pack of their premium currency, and then I was able to get all of the special currency tabs that I wanted and got a few cosmetics alongside it. So it's not like it was crazy expensive, but still, they wore me down. And of course, this was years ago. This wasn't like a recent thing. My Path of Exile account is easily 3 or 4 years old. So I don't do that kind of stuff anymore. If you have created a problem and you're selling me the solution, I uninstall your game. Straight up. The closest thing that I've ever gotten to accepting that that is not the case is in this idle game that I'm playing on my phone, Korra. They didn't create the problem, but you absolutely are way better off giving the guy the $6 a month for the premium, because it takes your idle time from 3 minutes to 10 minutes and then potentially up to 30 minutes. So you can let the game run longer without you having to look at it, which it's an idle game. So if you don't like idle games, obviously that's stupid, but I love idle games. They're like some of my favorite games to play. So it's different for me. But it's not like he created a problem and sold me a solution, which is like, okay, you're really skirting that line, but I know that you have not done that. But I am more than happy to uninstall as soon as you start pulling that shit. I do not care. There are plenty of other games out there. And yeah, it'd be a bummer to watch a game I like succumb to that stuff, but, you know. Because in this game, there really isn't a need to buy any of the premium currency. You can make plenty of it by just playing the game. Honestly, I did give him a little bit of money over Christmas because I was like, I'm really enjoying this game, and I want to support the developer to let him keep doing this. So I did drop like $20, but before that I only bought the premium monthly. That was it. I didn't need to do anything else. So it was kind of nice. But speaking in terms of my potential MMO, my father-in-law has basically a server space in his house. So I can essentially have borderline free initial servers. It wouldn't necessarily be like the largest server capacity, that kind of stuff, but it's way cheaper than, using Amazon or having to build a big server room and stuff. But yeah. Yes, that is true. I need to actually make it first. Which, if I'm being realistic, it would be at least 2 projects from now. Because I'm gonna finish Stars Within Reach. And then I want to build an idle game that I would play. An incremental idle game, actually. And then pretty much after that, hopefully I can figure out a way to generate income with that. So then I can use the funds I get from that to start constructing my MMO. An unnecessary story. I forget what game I played. It was a great incremental game. It was an end of the world type of game. But it was, you basically had to prevent the end of the world, right? So you had to do all of this stuff to prepare, and obviously the first time through the game you couldn't. You just didn't have enough. Oh, I need to do the thing. Incremental. So you slowly get bigger and bigger numbers. It's like a prestige system. So you get to the end of the game, and then you reset it, and you get a special bonus like a premium currency or extra experience gain or things like that, and then you get through it faster, and then certain things become open to you as you get further and further, and then usually what ends up happening is it adds another layer, so you start getting more of this secondary currency, and then you get to a point where you can redeem all of that and you start over completely, but now you've got a third special currency, and you keep going like that. Yes, exactly. Ascensions in Cookie Clicker. That's exactly it. So but I would want it specifically to be like an idle game. Like the game I'm playing right now, there is no prestige system. So getting to the max level literally will take years. If I were to map it out, right? I don't even know what the maximum number of experience is. All I know is to get to the next milestone level for me is about 500 billion experience. Now, if I play by myself with no extra... Ooh. Oh. It's like, where'd that come from? If I do it by myself, no buffs, no bonuses or anything, I can get between 3 and 5 billion experience per day. So if I were to go on my best, it would take me 100 days of 16 hours a day getting 5 billion experience. Which is just unreal. I can probably shorten that to a month and a half. So 45 to 50 days if I go hard with actual buffs and things like that. So it just takes a long ass time. But once you reach the end, there is nothing. It's over. So while that's fun and all, I like the idea of prestige systems. I've always thought they were really cool. But that's kind of the idea that I had for that. And I would want mine to be more graphically intense. So seriously, gamer, you should give it a try. Look at the game, see Korra, see how it runs and how it plays. I like the idea of how it plays, but it just gets a little boring. Well, yeah, but you know what I mean. Like, since nothing happens, there's not like you're not actually fighting. It's just kind of pictures and numbers. So visually, it's kind of boring. So I would like to take that idea and make it a bit more interesting with actual gameplay, you know? Or pseudo gameplay. You have a story for an idle game. Is it good? Oh, a good example, when I played it a while ago, it turned into shit by the end. Swordmaster Story. That was a pretty decent idle game that had like actual combat and stuff. Or pseudo combat. A baseline idea. So like you have the base of a tower and it's a line. That's kind of cool. I can see that working. Would there be any arcs or circles involved? Because I think just based lines, it might get a little boring if it's just that. But if we had some circles, that would be pretty dope. The fuck was that? Yeah, that's my game development plan. Finish Stars, make a pretty decent idle game, and then build an MMO. Woohoo! I don't think I'm biting off more than I can chew, right? Oh, the cyclical nature. Hey, and you delivered. Boy, I love just walking. Well, let's run for 30 seconds. Well, it's the dig site. Ah, why is it over here? Two hours. Fucking walk. Priest in peril is done. Boom. Okay. I can now wear proselyte armor. I don't know how to get it, but okay. So now we need to do nature spirit. Damn, I need to get more combat. It's kind of why I wanted to do Slayer, so I could get combat experience, but to do nature spirit. That'll give me a bunch of crafting experience. That'll be nice. It'll give me like level 18 crafting. I think I'm gonna go do the fucking goblins. I'm gonna go kill goblins, use up the rest of my arrows. Just need to get more experience. Wonder if I'm gonna get anybody coming over here trolling. I like my hat. I'm gonna lie, I like my hat. I know one thing that's gonna be fun to do as well is clue scroll hunting. Like, there's lots of cool things that I want to be able to do. It's just getting there, getting to that point, you know? Oh boy, we're almost one-shotting these guys. You know how sick it's gonna be when we're one-shotting? Boom. So yeah, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use up the rest of my arrows. Then I'm just gonna switch to melee combat. And do that probably till the 30s, to be completely honest. At least I'm like not missing anymore. I'm basically not missing. So this is gonna go a lot faster now. As I missed 2 times in a row. 3 times in a row. I just had to go and say it, didn't I? There it is, 22. I can sell unstrung bows, right? I'm just trying to think money making. Definitely high alking is the way to go for sure. Can I regular alk yet? I can. So I can use my nature runes to alk items now. So maybe what I could do with all 500 of those nature runes that I spent forever getting. Get some mage experience out of them. I'm going to sleep. Alright, man. We'll take care. I will catch you next time. Sleep well. Wonder how long it's going to take me to get through all of these arrows. So, honestly, it doesn't seem like anybody's... Why does it always keep going over here? Over here. I don't think anybody's actually watching. So, I'm going to go ahead and peace out from the stream. I'm going to keep working on the grind. But I need to turn on something on YouTube so I can be entertained whilst I do this. And, you know, gain those levels. So, I'm going to do that. I will keep clipping and stuff of, you know, important milestones or levels up or things like that. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to structure all this, to be completely honest. So, we're just cruising. So, anyways, I'll catch you guys another time. I will be back. I don't know when. I really don't know when I'm going to stream next. But the next stream will be most likely, it'll be one of two things. It'll be Stars Within Reach Dev or Enshrouded, depending on how long that takes. Because Enshrouded will be coming out next Wednesday, I believe. And I'm going to want to play the crap out of that game. So I hope you guys want to play that game too. But until then, I will catch you guys later. Remember to stay safe out there. You know how it is in the world. Love. God bless. See you soon.